Well, here we are again on another bike. This is a 99 Vulcan Intruder 1500. And, yeah. So, I'm back in the cruiser game. Really, the only reason I can say that I made the change to cruisers was I live in Nebraska, and more specifically eastern Nebraska, and there is no corners. All the roads are perfectly straight, not a lot of elevation change, and the sport bike, the sport standard was just, it wasn't a lot of fun. So I decided, the last time I was in Nebraska, I had a BTX, and I really enjoyed it. And so I was like, I'm going to get back in the cruiser game. So I picked this up. I actually traded the 599 for it, plus some cash at the top. I mean, he gave me some cash at the top, which gave me enough money. I put a custom seat on it, and just cleaned it up. It's only got 9,000 miles on it. Low miles for the year, definitely. And I've been enjoying it now for about a month. In Middle Georgia, I loved having both the Bandit, and I also really enjoyed the KLR 650, being able just to hit some of those dirt roads. I kind of thought the KLR would be a good time out here because there is a lot of gravel, but they're perfectly straight gravel roads, and the gravel is often thick and unpredictable. And so basically it was just riding straight, fighting, the gravel. And it just wasn't fun. So that's kind of why I went from that to the 599, and then the 599, I was like, well, there's nowhere to ride it, so it put me in this, because if I do longer rides, this will handle it fine. The wife is definitely much comfier on the back. There's a group I go riding with on Wednesday night at church's Wednesday night rides. Pretty good group. I'd say 90% of them are riding cruisers, so it kind of worked out for that. And so it's just been a good fit for here. Now the wife and the kids are relaxing at the house. It's about 85 degrees, slight breeze. I thought, hey, let's take Burfa. That's what I've named the Intruder here. She's a big old Burfa with an F, Burfa. And I thought, hey, let's take Burfa out and go explore a little bit. Not a lot of exploring to do, really, because there's not that many paved roads, and they either run north or south or east and west. It's very grid-oriented riding out here.
We're the young men and women of this generation who will hold their lives cheap and be faithful unto death, who will lose their lives for Christ, flinging them away for love of Him. Where are those who will live dangerously and be reckless in His service? Where are the men of prayer? Where are the men who count God's Word as more important to them than their daily food? Where are the men who, like Moses of old, commune with God face to face as a man speaks with his friend? Where are God's men in this day of God's power? Where are the pastors who say with the Apostle Paul, I don't count my life of any value or as precious to myself, if only I might finish my course and complete the work that He gave me to do to testify to the gospel of the grace of God. I'm nothing, I just have a job. God, keep me faithful on the job, and then let me drop and go to the reward. Where are the pastors who say with Joab to his brother Abishai, surrounded by Syrians and Ammonites, brother, be courageous and let us play the man for our God and for the cities of our God, and may the Lord do what seems good to Him. Where is the Joab today? Where are the women? The single women and the married women and the pastors' wives who say with Esther when Mordecai came to her and said, you gotta do this because your people are perishing. And she says, tell him to fast, and I will go into the king, though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish.
We're the young men and women of this generation who will hold their lives cheap. We're the young men and women of this generation who will hold their lives cheap. We're the young men and women of this generation who will hold their lives cheap.
Well, that's Nebraska. See you next time.